All right, let's move on to the bylaws. Okay, next item on the agenda is discuss terms for members in the bylaws. So, as y'all know, we'll have, this is Jana's last meeting. So, we're sad. So that means that.
That's why I'm trying to stay quiet. That's all.
Don't be quiet, you're still here. You're still here. You're still with us till the end of August, by the way, so. Okay, so as you all know, Brett, yours and Tammy's seats came up this month for, those terms were expired. So we have 9 applicants, including yours and Tammy's, for the board. So at the next Board of Commissioners meeting next Tuesday, we will fill those seats. So we'll have 3 seats to fill. However, I think Tammy's the one who brought this up to me, but here in the membership and terms, when you get down to number five, it reads, the terms of each of the 5 appointed members will be for 2 years, except for the beginning terms once the ordinance takes effect. During this term, which will begin when they are appointed, 2 of the board members will serve until the end of August 2024, so that's Brett and Tammy's seat, and 2 of the members will serve until the end of August 2026. Thereafter, their 2-year terms will expire at the end of August to coincide with the Board of Commissioners' terms. The 1 city commission appointment will serve until the end of August 2026. Thereafter, a 2-year term will expire at the end of August to coincide with the Board of Commissioners' terms. Okay. So it made sense before, it doesn't now. Because when all of you were appointed initially, me and Angie thought that we were staggering the terms correctly, but now the way it reads is we would all be going out in August of 2026, and we can't let that happen. So we're gonna have to change the membership and the terms on the bylaws. So, with that being said,
What do you have for ideas? What are you thinking to?
well, I think that, the appointed city commission term would be 2 years, and that already says that on number 6. So what we need to focus on is number 5. So 2 of the seats, I was thinking should stagger 2 years, and then 2 of the other seats should stagger maybe every 3 years. Or we could do 1, 2, 3. I don't know how planning commission staggers theirs, but,
I don't remember, it's in the ordinance, but I don't remember what it says.
yeah.
Kayla has a master list development terms, dates, expiration dates.
Yeah. What makes sense to you all? Because if we're all going out, the way it reads right now is we're all gonna be expiring in August of 2026.
I think all you have to do is change the date to 2030. Oh, you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins, for your comment.
Thank you so much. Come back to it later. We'll just come back to it at a later date.
One of the things I was thinking of was, since there's 2 of the members have to live within the city limits.
Yes.
So let's decipher, make those 2 positions a certain period of time, and
Okay.
the other 2 a certain time. You know what I mean? Just to decipher, so we're not like, it's easy to figure out who's what. Okay, you're in, you're out. Whether you do it, I mean, are you trying to do like 6 months in between, or, you know, a year in between? Do you want to do 2 years? What do you think is going to be the easiest manageable option?
Well, for the two people that must live in the city limits, I think that those terms should coincide with the one commission seat,
Okay.
okay?
Mhm.
Now, the other two people, they can also live in the city limits, but they don't have to. So,
True. That's right, yeah.
so we could have a full board of people who live inside the city limits,
So that wouldn't work.
so that really wouldn't work. We would just have to, I guess I would just have to make the decision of how long your term would last. Right now, it's fixing to be, you know, every 2 years. But, so I was thinking, have 2 2-year terms and then 2 3-year terms. But I don't know if that makes sense, because.
Well, you can have them all be 2-year terms, they just need to be staggered. Like ideally, what would have happened was the one for 2 years, except for this at the beginning, when the first ones would have expired August of 25 and the other two in 26. So every other year, you're only losing 2 people.
2 people every other year.
Okay,
Yeah,
Every year is.
so ideally, it would be every other year, you're dealing with potentially losing or getting 2 new people.
One thing I would do is make sure that, you know, for instance, we have an election in 2026. I wouldn't have any board member going off in 2026, because let's say somebody new is going to be the chairman, the existing members will carry the chairman, gets his feet.
right.
So I would have it be an odd number year.
Doesn't coincide with an election year.
An odd
for the
number
commission.
year.
Yeah, that's what I would do, every other odd year.
So your commission is 4 year?
Yes.
Those are always on odd years.
So then the terms would be on odd numbered years.
That's what I,
So we could have 2 people going off in,
Now, year 2025,
25.
yeah,
and then 2 people going off in 27.
Yes.
yeah.
And then just continue that rotation every 2 years. Yeah, 'cause 3 years might scare people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
That might be too much.
But so much changes so much years.
It can too, correct?
In my world, it does.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
Okay, so then that means, okay, this is 2024. So 2 of the people that get appointed in this round would have a year.
Every year. Yep.
And then the other 2 would be 2027. Correct?
Yeah, so that makes their first term would be 3 years,
Yeah.
but then thereafter it would be every 2 years. Sounds fair.
I just need to get with Gayla on how to word this in number 5.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were worried about, Pat, is all of us coming off and then like a new chairman, or let's say I don't rerun again, or I don't get elected again. I'm just saying, if I'm not here,
Sure.
or you all want to appoint a new chairman, then, and I'm not here, then, you know, there needs to be some people already established on the board too.
And I think we need, but I think we need to look at how the next, like with the next people you choose, because I was here from the beginning, so is it gonna be fair that I have a 4-year term?
Right.
Because that's gonna put me till 2027.
Right.
And I don't know if that's.
No, that's, but what we
Yeah.
could do with the new
Yeah.
people is, okay, your term would end in August of 2027, and then like
So that's a 3-year term.
like you and or
Or
somebody
it'll be a
else.
new term, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because we have to fill 3 seats.
Yeah. So I think that's something that we look at for that.
Okay.
Because when is your term up? At
2026.
26.
But if you expand mine to 2027, is that fair that I've now been, no one's been able to contest me for 4 years?
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're good.
All in favor?
Which is fine, I just want to be fair that if someone,
Okay, so we'll just say, we'll change number 5 to, the terms of each of the 5 appointed members will be for 2 years. And then after that comma there, we'll put, we'll take out except for the beginning terms, because the beginning terms have already happened. And the ordinance has already took effect. So appointed members will be for 2 years. 2 members coming off each odd numbered year, lasting for 2 years each. I don't know how to word that,
Right.
but that would be what we would do.
Because like if I keep my spot now, I'll be 2027, so I'll be a 3-year term.
right,
Say, a 10 spot.
So we would have somebody come, we would have 2 people coming up in 2025.
Be, no, not you.
2026. But I mean,
But
we
we-
would need it to 2025.
That's
I
what I'm
was gonna say,
saying,
yeah, why
we're
don't you-
gonna be changing the bylaws, so y'all's terms would change too.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 people that'd be on here until 2025. 2 more people would be 2027. And then the commission seat is automatically, it's every 2 years anyway.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
No,
No, it's 2 years.
Actually, it's 2 years because the Board of Commissioners has to reappoint the Parks and Rec. Commissioner.
In September, they'll decide who ought to be the Parks and Rec Commissioner.
Do we have any say in that?
No. Only if you lobby your commissioner.
But in these bylaws, it says that your term is until August 26th.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's, I mean, that's,
Thereafter, it's a 2-year term.
Thereafter.
yeah. Well, we can, you know, if they don't want me back as Parks and Rec Commissioner, then I'll step aside.
Well, and I think Tammy would too, I think that, you know, Brad and Tammy and I would understand that whatever you have to do to kind of shuffle us to make that work. I just want the new person coming in to understand that you're either gonna do a 1-year term or a 3-year term.
Right, this is to get that cycle where we
Up where it needs
where
to
we
be.
need it to be, sure. That's fine. We can't fix it now where you just start jumping in a 2-year term. We gotta make some,
Whoever raises the most money needs to stay in office.
Okay. I believe I've got that now. Okay, I need somebody to entertain a motion to amend the bylaws to what we've discussed.
I make a motion to amend the bylaws as discussed.
Okay,
and I will second that.
okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And that's just a matter of changing the wording and the bylaws and the dates.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
All righty.
Some of the things you just don't know until you get doing them.
Right.
You don't, you know.
That's our first year.
It sounds right, yeah. Now on to some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to number 7. Christmas parade theme, manual and application. Okay.
I think judging from last year, that it was well put together, you know, with
I
the
thought
way
so.
that they had to, you know, do the checks, I think, just getting the message out there as soon as possible to people to get their applications in,
Yes.
the sooner the better.
Mhm.
But I think other than that, I don't know that.
Did you guys have any issues last year? With organization, monies?
We may have had a couple stragglers, but I think we're used to the way that it's always been, and we're kind of like, I can just do it that way, and showed up, and I have my money, can I just hop in? And we were very agreeable.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think the whole, we didn't have anything really that caused
So you have a question?
Yes. I observed a safety issue last year.
Okay.
You allowed some great big, I call them 18-wheelers, I don't know how to use them. There was big trucks.
Mhm.
I saw some kids run up right up next to those big trucks to get candy, and the drivers of those trucks could not see those kids. And they got within a foot, 2 foot of those big tires. I'm thinking maybe those vehicles are too big for your parade.
Or do they need? Or they need some people,
Well,
someone
well,
walking
right,
Right.
on the other side for safety.
right, yeah.
I was worried that I was going to have to run out there and grab it.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I've come from an area that was an issue. The amount of
Me too.
candy that was thrown and kids running to get candy, they eliminated candy. The people had to walk beside the floats of the trucks and physically hand candy to people. You know, just throw it to them at the curb.
That's
You could not throw it from the cab anymore because it's a safety issue. And I see a lot of that at this parade. I'm in awe the amount of people that run up to these vehicles, whether it's a fire truck or even just a hot rod.
Yep.
Run out and get that special piece of candy. It is a safety concern. I know
It is.
that. We've been doing it for years.
And I'm with you, I oversaw our parade, and, it was in excess of probably 50,000 people. And we went from drawing lines, on both sides to kind of give people an idea of where not to pass. And then we took the part where people had to walk and could only throw candy from the walkers.
Give them candy.
Yeah, because you couldn't throw the cabs, because you do it just takes one accident, that's all.
Yeah.
So that should be something we should maybe think about.
Okay.
I don't know how to address it other than, changing it, but that's something we've been doing for years, but it's, like you said, it's definitely.
It was a close call.
Yes, and that frightens me, and especially when we do allow livestock in there, and, you could, all it takes is for someone to throw a kid running scared off a horse or.
But it seems like the parents turn the kids loose to go get the candy.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a lot of
It's
candy.
all fun for those kids, but I was concerned for sure.
There's a lot of candy thrown at this parade.
Yes.
Crazy amount of candy.
Yes.
So, but I don't know, what do you think, we not let big vehicles
I think that'd be one.
start with maybe that,
Because of visibility, that
Yes.
guy driving it had no idea these kids were right up against it.
No.
They had no idea. So even people walking beside
I mean,
it
there's-
help.
tow trucks, there's everything, but even fire trucks is a
And
blind area.
That could be an addendum, just to, if you have any, anything over 2 axles or 4 wheels or whatever, that you have to have
An escort.
escorts, and
Throwing candy.
throwing the candy, but also monitoring people on the side of the door
Right.
so they don't get too close.
I hate to eliminate them.
Yeah.
Right, because
Yeah.
people do cars and throw candy from
And
bags,
so
so.
the tow trucks, and then you even makes it, maybe
Yeah.
it could cause a problem with the floats and stuff like that, but a lot of time with the floats, you do have people walking alongside them anyway,
Yes.
so that kind of keeps the.
Your thoughts, Kelsey, Commissioner?
Yeah, I don't want to eliminate them, but I feel like if you're going to have a big rig like that, then,
Well, a lot of times too, it's people riding on the rig throwing the candy, so maybe just, they're going to have to walk beside them again.
Okay.
So then throw the candy, or to make sure that no one gets it then.
30 so many feet of length of vehicle maybe.
The other thing that I found inappropriate was the amount of political campaigning going on in the vehicles. It just seemed out of place.
Not a Christmas parade.
we've even got in here, no political messages are permitted in the parade.
But there were,
Or just maybe that's our fault that this next time we need to
pay attention.
pay attention and keep an eye on.
Yeah,
Or
I actually,
remind people as they check in.
Otherwise,
That's-
Kelsey's gonna put her ad,
Yeah.
election,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a parade that didn't have political people in there. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the big sponsors, or the big supporters of
And
the
the
towns and villages.
well, we have dignitaries that ride in the, like, toward the front of the parade, so like the Blount County Mayor, he'll come. We have a couple of Blount County commissioners that like to be in the parade. But I think that what they do, a couple of them just they don't put like a reelect, some of them do, I've seen that. I've seen some of the people put like reelect so-and-so and,
And that could just be the sign that they have that's for the car.
yeah.
That could be just the sign they have that's for the car, or maybe they weren't really intending it to be.
I'll tell you,
That's just-
when the no political messages are permitted in the parade was put in here as a bulletin point for, the parade decorating guidelines, it's on the 3rd page. This is what was coming to my mind, not necessarily the, this is what I was thinking, like, stuff that's, woke. The woke
Yeah.
stuff,
Sure.
you know, being a little too overly national. So,
that's maybe
that was the idea I had.
Well, so then maybe that's something we need to,
Different verbiage, like,
to.
when it just says messages, that is a very broad.
Yeah.
So,
So
how do
maybe no
you
more than their name
define what
and
your,
their occupation.
Yeah.
Not re-elect, not elect, just mayor so-and-so or senator so-and-so.
And those don't bother me. To me, those are not, that's just me personally, those are not a bother. When I think of a political message, I think of something that's
yeah,
more nationally,
yeah.
an issue, like an American issue, like, you know, when you were one-sided with a political party, or you're in, you know, a
Right.
certain.
No
organization.
supporting political issues.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was trying to get at, like, we don't need signs that say certain things, because
Not per se.
that might offend people, you know.
basically you don't want it offending community.
We don't want to offend,
Right.
you know,
Because honestly,
certain
that,
people.
as time goes on, that will be something that will be challenged more and more and
Sure.
more, and you'll see that more.
Yeah.
So that I would definitely, I mean, that probably needs more attention than just those words right there,
Okay.
to be defined what you actually mean.
Right, whether it's opinions or messages or.
And I don't even know what that needs to say, but
I think,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like you say, I don't know if they have football queen or, you know, and her name, you just say person's name and they're the mayor or they're the senator, or, but there's nothing else other than the name and the occupation.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
later of, you know, a resident that was concerned about a participant in the parade being overly political because of the way that their float was portrayed and the signage on the float, and that was something, you know, I'm not calling out anybody, I'm just
No.
saying, for a Christmas parade, you can get a little too much. This is a Christmas parade, you know, this is for, more so for children to experience.
Yes.
If we desensitize
Perfect. Yep.
people to certain things, I feel like we're not doing our job. So, no, we don't want to offend people, but we also don't want to turn our Christmas parade into
Political statement.
a political,
Yeah, they
political
just said-
statement.
Is this something the attorney could speak to about?
Probably.
Say, how do we write this or?
Yeah, that's a great
Yes,
idea.
definitely.
Yeah.
I
How do
agree.
we word this where you don't exclude or?
Okay. You know what?
This is what we want.
I think
to
this is
protect.
something, yeah, we need to address.
Yeah,
Kelsey, the more important thing is you get it in there this year, because then you establish the date
Right.
where you started doing that. So if somebody comes 3 years from now and wants to do something, you can say,
Oh, absolutely.
we have
Yeah.
not allowed that, we're not gonna allow that, here it is in writing.
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Right.
Gives you some, I don't know what.
Right, we're not excluding you, this is just the way that it's been.
Yeah.
let me talk to the city attorney about how to word something like that, and he might be able to help. Let me reach out to like Kendra Brewer, she's the special events coordinator for Knoxville, the city of Knoxville, so she coordinates their Christmas parade.
Right.
And they might have some language in there
Yeah.
that could be
And if that's
beneficial
great,
for
right.
us.
Yeah.
Even question her about the candy, do they throw candy in Knoxville?
Okay. I know their parade's at nighttime.
Yeah.
Their Christmas parades.
Which is worse.
I know.
I hate to think that we have to do this, but
Yeah.
it is concerning when,
I couldn't agree more.
and, yeah, I mean,
I don't want people to come to a parade and then get uncomfortable.
well, there's a reason that they stopped throwing candy out, because kids have been, I'm sure we could research and find it, they have been,
Well, look at Halloween. People stop.
changed.
Do you get trick or treaters? Well, because parents have the right to be afraid of what their kids are gonna get in a bag.
Well, and I just think we're not only trying to protect the children, but you've got someone who came here for a parade and is not thinking they have to watch a small child running in front of the car. So
Somebody right,
I can't think of the pain that someone would feel if they hurt a child, so I think we need to set some parameters to make
And-
everyone safe.
This is also another bulletin point we have in here. The City of Townsend is a family-friendly event for all ages, and every entry is expected to respect this. All decorations, costumes, etc. must be appropriate for a young audience. We also have that in there too.
And you can maybe consult with attorney that there should be someone there, that's someone in charge, whether it be you or someone else in charge, should be
right,
able
and
to say,
this is the.
that's offensive and
This
that's
is
not
their
allowed.
discretion.
And that's the discretion of the city of Townsend
At the discretion.
representative or
At the
something.
discretion,
Yeah.
yes, for sure.
And I just keep thinking about, the discretion is a little than I ball, but if we were all on the same page, I mean, it's the same with someone trying to get on an airplane that has offensive language and, you can't just walk around and do
Animal
things.
health.
Right.
Yeah, animals.
I mean, look at the big ball.
And also on the parade decorating guidelines, the first thing it says, all party entries must use Christmas themes and decorations. You can't just have a float, that's nothing but a political message.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas parade.
Slap a bow on it.
And you can't slap a bow on it and call it Christmas.
But it's a red
But somewhere you gotta put in there that you have the authority, that, City of Townsend has the authority or the,
Yeah,
you know,
the ultimate, the ultimate
discretion of,
Well, and I think we have something like that in here too.
Yeah, you gotta have on-site enforcement.
It's enforcing.
And I think that would be something added to the release, so once you sign that, you agree that if at any time the officials deem that you're
find it, deemed offensive
offensive,
or
that you are not allowed to-
inappropriate, you will be correct.
You'll be removed from the parade.
Directed to Mears Valley Road.
Yeah, I think that,
I think you've got a 4th of July parade, can be kind of stuff. Christmas parade, just Christmas stuff.
when did it become so complicated?
I know. Well, our
Daily.
world changed.
Daily.
Our world changed so much. Yeah. So I'm wondering, and I mean, this may be taking it too far, but it would ensure a little better that people actually read those line by line. When they sign this, when I go to the doctor's office,
It's just
what
like
I
every
say
line,
is
every
okay. I have to initial beside of each thing that I'm saying, yes, I agree to that, yes, I agree to that, and actually put your initial there. that almost forces them to say, oh, what is this?
What is
this
that?
I'm signing?
Okay.
Whereas I think a lot of times people tend to just kind of, yeah, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, just sign it. And they flip over to the back page for when they're making.
Slip in, I'm gonna donate $100,000 to Parks and Rec.
Yes. You should do something like that, see if they sign it.
Well, I tell you, the most rewarding thing also out of this is being able to take Connie Roberts a check after the parade for the last 2 years now that we've had this,
Yeah,
because before this was not a
Yeah.
thing.
well,
Um,
and, you know, I can say this last night, whoever thought that the other one was better, yes, in a season of life, it probably was, but where we are now, I'm not sure that it is, and exactly like what you're saying, because of something more organized, we can now donate to the school, whereas before, that couldn't.
What are you talking about?
The comment.
The comment in
The
survey.
parade being the way.
About how we're micromanaging the
Yes.
parade
What
too
was the
much.
check you were talking about?
Well, the parade applicants, when they are, their parade entry is $15, so all that money goes towards, and our float winners. Yeah.
And the float winners and what?
And the school.
I didn't hear you.
Mhm.
Okay.
We give the last 2 years that we've had this, because before the parade was no charge to enter, we just let, you know, whoever and whatever, and it lasted a long time because of that. And so this was a more organized way of doing it, plus we charge a small fee, and, you know, last year we were able to give Townsend Elementary about $1,700.
Sweet.
It's wonderful. Nice.
So
Yeah.
to me, it's
Love it.
it's all good things.
Right.
Yeah, when you weigh out the pros and cons,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
But it's good to address these things and get ahead of them before we get,
Yeah. Before we start taking applications.
but I mean, before it becomes an issue,
Right,
let's be proactive and not reactive.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask city attorney about, this page for the parade decorating guidelines. And I will get back to you on what he says about that.
I mean, you know, back to the candy thing with the big rigs, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
somebody
the
has to
candy.
just
The candy.
question the big rigs if it's our discretion. You know, a tow truck, even a fire truck, you know, it's an issue, and so how do you police, you know, 1 axle, 2 axles, 9,000 pounds? There's no, like, you're just gonna have to look at the vehicle and say, you know what, this is too big for, we need to have escorts or, you know, you can still throw candy from the cab if you want to do that, but you need a safety person, at least one on each side for, you know, how do we address that without stopping throwing candy, because I think we all love that.
Well,
I pick up some.
any area of the vehicle that candy's being thrown, you have to have a person walking on the street,
There you go.
something like that.
Just somebody, you know, said escort in the front of the vehicle, so kids can't run in front of the vehicle, or behind it, or underneath it, or something, that's, yeah, we're in different times now.
I love simple, but sometimes it's not simple. And you just can't change that it's not simple.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't ever talk loud. My kids say I yell very softly too.
She hadn't been around that side, she can't say.
You know, we'll probably talk about this again next month, finalize everything, especially because I want the new board members to understand what we're talking about too.
I think that's a good idea.
Sure.
I was reluctant about even putting this on the agenda right now, but I thought we need to go ahead and start talking about it because it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
We usually start letting people apply at the end of September,
Isn't that what it is? September?
so. Okay, so I have a couple questions for city attorney about the political messages and then, safety for passing out.
Let's shoot my net beat.
Now, Christmas parade theme. Let's go on something a little lighter. I can obviously go through and change the dates in here and, locations. Yes, so it's always the first Sunday in December, which is December the 1st. Okay. December 1st, 2024. Gonna double check with the visitor center about the property. Parade start time is always 2:30.
You said the first Sunday?
Yes. Parade application fee deadline.
Wasn't that like November 2nd or something?
It was November 29th.
Oh, was it that week?
Yeah. So we'll do by noon, November 27th. That's on a Wednesday.
Okay.
That's plenty of time. Okay, so last year's theme was your favorite Christmas movie. Do you all have any thoughts on a theme this year? I have a couple I'm gonna throw out, and you just tell me if they're stupid or not. I mean, I was just going,
The thing happens,
can't even hear her. I don't know if you can hear her or not.
I
Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Talking with microphones.
Oh, shit.
Okay, go.
Okay, first idea, gingerbread houses.
I like that.
Like each float has a different style gingerbread house.
Love it.
I like that.
Okay, second option that I was thinking of is, superheroes.
What?
Superheroes,
Not Christmas. No,
yeah,
no. I like gingerbread houses.
gingerbread.
What else?
Okay, superheroes, stupid idea. Gingerbread
thank
houses,
you.
love it.
Okay.
I like that.
My goodness.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what did you say to me?
Okay, what's your third idea?
That was my only two ideas.
I love it.
So I was hoping you all would have some ideas too.
Since bears are an issue in town, a very special Christmas.
A very
Oh,
special Christmas.
Very special Christmas.
Those bears are always big around town. and
Okay.
People are here.
Very special Christmas.
Very.
I kind of like that.
Man.
That's better than superheroes.
Wow.
I found it on.
Anything's better than superheroes.
Yes.
Dylan told me not to say that one. I should have listened to it.
That's a more progressive kind of thing, you know, maybe bourbon.
Well, I like that because my Christmas card I already decided was going to be a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, see?
Oh, wow.
And I have pictures of all the bears I've taken outside my house.
So the Parks and Recs float will be a very special Christmas.
A very Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas. and-
Very special, very merry, whatever.
Yeah.
However.
I love it.
It's good. You can play.
A very Merry Christmas. A very special Christmas.
A very
Which one
special.
sounds better?
Merry.
Merry.
Merry?
A very
It's so
merry.
cheesy, I love it.
I know, I do.
A very
A
Merry
merry,
Christmas.
berry Christmas or merry?
I like very Merry Christmas.
Very
Why didn't we Did John come up with that?
No, John, that's my way,
I like it.
I love
I
that.
like it too.
it's the Bears, everybody loves the Bears, who doesn't love the Bears?
Are we in agreement on a very Merry
Love it.
Christmas?
I think it's something that.
And I think you
people
could
can-
expound on it, you could have a very Merry Christmas, Christmas in the Smokies.
I think it's something that people can design and
Yes.
with the Bears.
That's some fun.
And I think it's very unpolitical.
You could go berries and not bears.
Yeah.
Good either way.
You know, we could probably, doesn't the Appalachian Bear Rescue, they always are in the parade?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Pat. No real bears.
No, we'd have to put that.
We would have to put that in the, actually, let me make a note of that right now. No live bears.
That's another point, Bolton.
Christmas in the Smokies, have a very Merry Christmas.
Well, wait, you're using up two
It
titles.
sounds like a Hallmark movie.
So,
I
you're using up two titles. One year could be a very
That's
Merry
true.
Christmas, one year
Could be
could be
Christmas in the
Christmas in the
Smokies.
Smokies.
That's true.
Save
A
that for next
very-
year.
Save that other one.
Save that for next year.
A very Merry Christmas.
I like it. Good job, Rob.
Are we in agreement, guys?
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Love it.
We've got a thing. Okay, a very
All right.
Merry Christmas. Wonderful.
Be your mic drop.
My God. Drop your mic.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Okay,
I love that, I love that. Okay.
Moving right along.
Maybe that from that.
Where's
Your
yours?
wife came up.
No, yeah, no part, that was mine right, it's in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's move on to the Christmas community gathering. I've already been contacted by Mr. Dan at the elementary school, and the kids want to sing again this year for the Christmas community gathering, but they want to do it inside. So,
I'm sure they do.
And I think that's a good idea.
Will the barn be ready?
oh my gosh, I wish it was, that'd be perfect.
Right, that'd be the perfect place to have that when we do, it,
No.
right? No campfires outside.
So this is what me and Mr. Dan talked about. Last year, we did the Christmas community gathering the Friday after the parade. So this year, it would be on December 6th. Yeah, December 6th.
What time?
Last year, we did it from like 5 to 8. Yes.
Sounds good.
People really loved it too. And what do you all think about doing soups again? Because I felt like we had plenty of food and the soup goes a long way.
I
That's
think
an
the
easy
soup was
thing
good.
Yeah.
for people,
Crock pot
like
chili.
people
Yeah.
working in holidays to put
Yeah.
in.
Me too.
Well, I've wrote so much, I've run out of ink.
I need to get you a pen.
No, I got one, thank you.
Let's do 10 points on the agenda again.
Yeah. On new business only.
Sassy for your last meeting.
Going out with a bang there, Mr. Jacob.
The
we
solution
doing?
to that is meet twice a month. 5 years, 5 years.
Y'all go
Or
ahead.
the solution to that is for us to pay better attention when Kayla sends out the agenda.
Gayla's gonna kill me.
Send back now.
Look, we are 2 hours and 5 minutes in,
Yeah.
and she's gonna have to do minutes for us.
Well, it has been fun.
What's fun we got all?
So we're doing soups, are we doing desserts too?
Yeah.
Yes, soups and desserts.
We'll let Becky know so she can start making those chocolate pies.
Yes.
Yeah, more than one this time.
That lasted about a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
She should bring a couple samples in.
Well, what we should maybe do is not put out the dessert until about halfway through. Seriously,
Yeah,
seriously.
and we'll set it up different this year because people were having to come all the way over here to grab a bowl and then go
Yeah.
that way. So what we need to
Yeah.
do is set it up
Bowls.
Yeah.
different, and
Yeah.
we need to set up the tables different this year too, because it was kind of awkward, the way we had it set up.
If you're gonna have the
Well-
kids sing inside, shouldn't they be up?
Up here.
'Cause
Yes.
last year, that area was wasted.
It was.
It was.
And so,
That's
It
perfect
was.
for kids up
It wasn't supposed to be wasted, but it got wasted.
Well, and I wondered too if maybe like we should set it up over here and you should go soups from here since there's no window. Because, and then if you had some extra drinks, you could sit them over there, kind of where it's unobstructed, because,
Drinks up at the bar and then,
and then you can have the soups go all the way
Yeah.
around here, because we had a lot.
Put the tables in like you do for bingo.
well,
Right.
that's kind of what we were thinking, that
Yeah.
might
And
be
you
good.
have center aisle where
Uh-huh.
you go in
Yeah.
and around.
Yes.
I like that a lot better, because
We
we
need
had it this way last time, and it was,
Yeah.
yeah, you couldn't get through.
It was awkward,
Mhm.
and I kept sitting back there in that corner, and I just kept looking, and I was like, something's not right about this. So, we'll set up the tables different, we'll have the food set up different to where people, but we got time to do that, okay?
And then that way, once it gets up about halfway through and stuff, we can kind of set up some desserts, maybe over on that bar area
Yeah.
for people.
Maybe we can
What were
put it
the
out
hours for
there.
that?
5 to 8.
It's pretty wide
Yeah, yeah.
on each side out there.
I have to see how many, because if we get a full house, then maybe kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, maybe you just have to leave the doors open and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let people.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that came to hear
Yeah.
those kids sing.
Yeah.
Is that the only entertainment that you do? No, just the kids thing?
There was a
Well-
band.
The Little River Jammers that are usually here on Mondays, they did some music for us while people were eating.
Nice.
So I asked them again this year if they want to do that.
Not bad.
But see, the problem last year was
They
they
wanted to
played
be
in
in
a
a
circle.
circle.
So that's why they were all over here, but then this space, like you said, got
Yeah.
wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they circle up there and then we move them out? And you have risers for the kids.
Mr. Dan does have
Yeah.
risers.
So you can set up the risers and then could kind of circle on the risers, so you.
Yeah.
You don't bring Santa in and that little
No.
That
kids?
sounds like a great thing for you.
I didn't say.
Listen to her.
we say,
In the beard.
we say in for the parade.
Oh, my goodness.
Full ideas, and she
No,
walks out
that's
the
too
door.
much, that's too much, that's too much.
I think I gave Santa a break last year so that, he could mingle and not be hot the whole night, that suit's hot.
Oh, it is.
Well, we're trying to do a lot, and that is kind of getting, by the time we have
Well,
dinner
and
and.
the Christmas letters, that was such a great thing.
The
So,
Christmas, letters
Santa
to
is
Santa.
represented without having
Yes.
to be present.
And he went to the school
Yes.
and he
yes,
gave them Santa coins.
Yes.
So,
Very cool.
What day did you put out the box for Santa letters?
we put those out, I want to say it was November 1st.
I think
So
so.
that early? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking out here in the lobby, when the kids come in, they can put their letters in and they're coming into the gathering.
Well, they could.
Yeah.
It was out there last year
I said,
during
put it out,
the,
still put it out
yeah.
early.
It was out there.
I missed it. I'll-
We had a kid drop his letter off that night. I watched him do it. I think it was
That's cool.
Officer Daniels.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Good.
I think I did watch that happen. Okay, so Friday, December 6th, 5 to 8, here at City Hall. We're gonna have to get, I can't even look at that tree.
You want, yeah, Bill will do it.
That's another workshop. That's
another workshop.
It's already decorated.
That's a work detail though. We need to.
I mean, at this point, we're cooling off.
Yeah.
It's closer to Christmas.
Do they work?
The lights?
We'll
figure it out. We'll figure it
I
out.
don't know, I think the wind took them away.
We'll figure it out. Can we just bring a chainsaw?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to number 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm sorry.
We're so close.
Okay, number 9, save those caps, save those lids. Green Tree Plastics Project. I signed this up with the Green Tree Plastics Project. They're in Indiana, So this is kind of what I'm thinking. So that big thing,
Barrel.
that's a barrel.
Barrel.
You cleaned it out,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay, bring it with you next time you come up here.
Okay.
We're gonna get some signs made on what kind of caps you can put in and what kind of caps we do not accept. So with the Green Tree Plastics project, in order for us to get some good ADA tables, we need 600 pounds. Okay? So I thought we could do a table at a time.
Sure.
Okay, so the tables down at the picnic area by the Special People's Park, that line of tables,
Mhm.
those tables are falling apart. They're old, they're crumbling. TDOT does not have the mold to make those tables anymore, because they're the ones who made them. The city is fixing to renew our lease agreement with TDOT on the stuff that, like the bike trail. I think one of the things that we're gonna add in that was not added in before were the tunnels and the picnic area down there. Because right now, that's TDOT, that's their responsibility. Even though our maintenance guys have been taking care of it.
Gotcha.
So I thought that replacing those tables with,
Gonna make a presentation to you.
oh, yay! We've got our first lids, yes! Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, great. So bring that barrel, we'll put a 35 or 55 gallon trash bag in there.
I got a big clear white one, I
That's
want to
fine.
be able to see
Okay,
what's in there.
okay,
And the other idea I thought was, can't sleep at night. I want to make a lid for it, but I meant like an old fashioned wooden lid, because I don't want to leave it open. I don't want people to come in and go throw their Chick-fil-A in there
Yes.
and water drinks and
Right.
stuff. So to have a nice, maybe I'm thinking a wooden lid with a wooden handle.
Okay.
And we could put some lettering or wording on it, whatever.
Okay.
So people actually physically have to lift it up and dump it in
Mhm.
there, and put it.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yes, we'll have signs. I will forward you all the ABC Promise partnership packet with the Green Tree Plastics so that y'all can read through what kind, and also one of the important things is when people donate these caps and these lids, they need to be clean. They don't need to have residue on them. They don't need to
Yeah.
have we need to make sure we reiterate to people if you're gonna donate, please make sure they're clean lids. And thank you very much for these.
Are they clean?
Absolutely.
They were given to us by some friends, and I told them we were collecting them for the
Okay.
benches.
Yes.
I have a wooden whiskey barrel, one of those big ones,
Uh-huh.
on wheels. And you could use it if you want. You could put a hole in it, you could put a lid on it, if you want to use that.
Well, we could
And you
have
could paint
two.
it.
It's a moonshine.
It's a big oak barrel,
Okay.
wooden barrel.
Yeah.
But you could paint it.
If that fits
The
your
school
fine.
could have a paint project on the barrel.
Okay.
It's in our, we have it, we don't use it.
Okay. Yeah, hang on to it, and let's see what we're gonna do with,
Yeah.
how fast this
Yeah, so let me,
builds up,
you
see
know, I'll,
if people.
You might want to put one somewhere else.
Right, yeah, so that's what I'm saying, hang on to it, this one here, I mean, like I said, the thing with the lid is just so people don't walk in and throw their drink in there, they actually have to lift it up and throw it in and realize it's not
You
garbage.
could take the top out and make it a
Yeah,
lid,
okay, so we can do that.
whatever you want.
so here's the deal with the emails on this. It's pretty lengthy, so it'll take you a little bit to read through everything. Like I said, I've already filled out the paperwork that was needed to get us into the program. And Barbara at Green Tree Plastics accepted us. So now all we gotta do is start collecting lids. Now, they have a price list and different types of benches and picnic tables that they do. And it tells you on the diagram how many pounds that you need for this certain bench and how much money you have to pay along with it. So like for, I think the most expensive one that we have to pay is 600 pounds of lids and $500 for them to assemble it. That's a lot cheaper than going out and buying.
Who doesn't? Okay.
Yeah. Plus it's for a good,
Yeah.
we're recycling. So, but I thought it would be a good project for us to replace those picnic tables down there by the special people's park, because they get used so much. And we've already had to take away 2 of them because they're cracked and crumbling, breaking down. They're old. So, okay, I will forward this to you all to read. Any questions about that? We'll get that barrel up here. I'll get some signs printed for us to put on the barrels.
Okay.
Do we need things for people to donate, like at restaurants or like the filling stations where people buy bottled water?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility of doing that also? Specific places in town?
Yeah.
That
Or
maybe
is
they
that
could
too
donate,
much?
that maybe they could donate, yeah, I'm saying, let's start out with like one here and advertise it or promote it, say you could bring them here. And then if it's good, if it's slow, then maybe we could, other place, branch out a little bit, because it's always gonna go empty, and like I said, I really don't wanna go through the garbage. and-
Yeah, I'm afraid people use it as
If you
trash.
advertise it as community pride thing for the special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People are more
That-
likely to
Maybe
participate.
that'd almost be good, like the big, Costco size things, the mayonnaise and stuff like that. That'd be neat to have one if we could hand out to a local business and say, hey,
sure.
could you, when this is full, call us and we'll come get it type thing.
Maybe there's one down at the Special People's Park.
Good.
Again, I worry about the trash.
Yeah.
I worry about it being used as trash. Because then you have, and then if they don't rinse it off, you're gonna have to worry about bears and things like
Yes,
that.
true.
So let's keep it
Let's keep on here,
inside.
just start
Yeah.
for now.
And hopefully it does get, pick up steam, so then we would have to.
And it's like, the school may want us to, they might be open to letting us put something up there too.
And maybe that could be something that goes more like in the teacher's area or something, so if kids brought them in, they could just add to that.
Might be a project for the kids to bring in cash.
Right, and not have it setting out in public where it's not monitored.
Right.
That's great.
Then we gotta find somebody who lives in Indiana. Take this up here, because that's.
So a lot of, yeah, that's the thing is, okay, so when we get enough caps and lids collected, when we get enough pounds for the bench, what we have to do is we call Barbara at Green Tree Plastics and we place an order. Usually the order they'll have ready within 2 weeks. So during that time, we have to coordinate somebody to take our plastic caps and lids to the facility. And she said in the email, you're usually there maybe an hour, hour and a half tops. So what they are doing is they're using previous people's recycled caps to make your bench so that when you get there, you're not having to wait on them to use your caps to make the
2
bench.
weeks later or something.
Right, so it's not like an overnight stay, you don't have to worry about having to be there for, overnight or 2 days. They would already have the bench ready, and then you're just done, it's like a pay it forward on our caps. So, and then you would just pay whatever the cost is for the top that we order.
Okay.
There's a pretty good one,
I was just thinking of people who travel and who I know that,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to, in the end, it's a 6-hour trip, I think.
Roughly. We can get it one day.
Yeah.
Did somebody say something just now? Like a whisper? What's
All right, let's wrap this up, Missy.
You can just go to this website and look at the different types of benches that they can do. And picnic tables. They can also do trash receptacles. They do a few more things, but you can see.
Yeah. See what something we do.
Yeah, and I did just forward you all the email to look over. Okay, last thing. on new
Yeah,
business.
I know, it was so long, we lost this lady, the first lady came
And
in.
then Jason left too. Pat and Mary Kay's are ride or dies. Okay.
Okay, number 10.
It died. It died.
It died?
Oh,
All right, then we don't have to say that we missed
You can
it.
say what you want.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dead.
Okay. All right, so
It's so long.
Townsend Elementary School, I met with Connie, last week or the week before. Sorry, all my days are running together at this point. But her and I talked about birthdays of the kids up there. I asked her, I said, what do you all do when a kid has a birthday? She said, well, right now what they do is they announce it over the intercom and they get a birthday pencil.
Pencil.
A pencil, a birthday pencil. So, what do you all think about doing a birthday thing at the school once a month? Towards the end of the month, towards the end of the school day, she said would be better. And just doing cupcakes, ice cream for birthday month for those kids that have a birthday that month. And she thought it was an incredible idea. I guess my whole thing is we don't know how kids are celebrated at home. We don't know if they're even acknowledged for birthdays.
Well, couple things. One,
What?
are you going to sugar them up before you send them home to working parents? That's just a thought. Two, some kids might be allergic to stuff.
No, I've thought about this.
Okay.
Allergies.
And, because we have it in our family,
Mhm.
maybe something, that might go ahead.
Yeah, just an idea though, and it doesn't have to be food. It can be. Birthday cake ice cream is an option.
That look on your face doesn't look like you like that option.
No, I think everything's coming together right now for me.
What do you want, what are you thinking from us? What do you think that we are going to do? What's our support role? What are we
So,
gonna do?
I want the children to feel like somebody cares that they're alive.
Sure. So we would bring the stuff,
Mhm,
then would it be just for the kids that had the birthday that month? It might be 10, it might be 40,
mhm.
and then like, meet, how do you?
So the people in Jill, like, she already got a number for me
Okay.
because I asked her to get me, how many kids have had a birthday in July and August, because we would have to group the
Oh,
July
yeah.
and August birthdays together and then the May and June birthdays together. So there's 27 kids that have a birthday in July and August. They have 110 kids at the school. So that's 27 of them right there. Okay? One of the things that they started this year was the Tiger Bucks at the Tiger store. It's for 4th and 5th graders, but there's some stuff on their Amazon wish list that you can go on there and buy for that store, and they can get the Tiger Bucks and stuff. But for what's on their list, we could order that stuff also. Those are ideas for us to order some low-cost items to give them for their birthday. And then just, I don't know, gluten-free cupcakes. I don't know.
Kind of like a birthday
All
club
of
or
this.
something, I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're going to know their food allergies at the school.
well, even the teachers know that.
I
Teachers
love
are
the
good.
cupcake idea because it's very easy to go out and get any kind definitive allergy for the
Right.
cupcake you want.
Yeah.
So.
And even if you did something like an 8x10 piece that says happy birthday, Bobby, or whatever, whose birthday it is, and then you could have all those laid out, and their friends would come by and sign as their leader or something like that, you know, so they could, just something to take home.
Our granddaughter is in Mill College,
Mhm.
so she can't have cupcakes. But there is a brand she can have.
When I was a kid, I was allergic to both parts of the eggs, the white and the yellow. So mom had to make my birthday cake special without eggs.
Or
So that was
something-
the-
just some balloons. Okay, so much better.
I'm thinking about bus rides with balloons.
Yeah.
Mary Kay does not like balloons, but she does not. Balloons, yeah,
No, because, you know what? Don't you know what?
because,
Well, I don't like releasing balloons.
Balloons go up, they come down, they've got pictures of animals.
Yeah,
eating
I don't
and
like
dying
releasing
from it.
balloons, yeah.
And in the ocean and in the river, the fish even die from it.
Yeah.
So balloons are kind of, but one thing might be interesting is we could set up a picture booth with a thing that says happy birthday and take their picture, print it out and give it to them, take
Mhm.
home.
That's pretty cool.
like one of those Polaroids, a Polaroid camera, and it prints it right
But
there.
then other
have them
things that have little-
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they
Yes.
Those little things that have little printers right there, you can just take it from your individual.
Yeah.
But when they print it right there.
Yes.
That would just be like a big sign beside your birthday.
Yeah.
We just take it.
I'll
Well,
have.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we need to, I want to schedule a day
Yeah.
for the end of August for us to do the 27 kids
Okay.
that have them. So whatever you all want to do is fine. I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of money doing this either. It just, I don't know. I just think about, it makes me, it hurts my heart to think that like there might be, and I'm just, that's just me.
do the teachers have any ideas what they prefer, what we could do?
Well, fidget spinners are cool.
About puzzles,
Yeah.
they come in all sizes.
Well, the little fun erasers, they got
Those little pockets,
Oh, yeah.
they just sit and pop them.
And don't forget, kids love to open stuff. I hate to say it, but I think that's half the fun of a gift. You hand somebody something like, oh, yeah, good, you know, but when it's wrapped, I think that adds a whole other dimension.
All right, well, you can wrap all of
Or I was
them.
thinking like just a, like pretty,
Delete,
you know,
delete.
small little round, you know, bag, you could put a few
Oh, yeah.
different things in for each.
Yeah, there you go, something like that, little birthday
And maybe it
bag.
changes every month, maybe next
So,
time you get
yeah.
it. Is that okay with kids though, if it
Yeah.
changes, like,
Yeah,
I didn't get that for my
I
birthday.
think so. I mean, if that becomes the norm, that they know,
It's
it's
gonna
not
change.
always the
It's
same.
not always the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Ideas, yeah.
okay. Can you all think about that more and email me?
Yes,
Because I want,
and then we can talk about it Thursday.
we can talk about it Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
But do you all like the idea of doing something once a month towards the end of the school day for kids that have a birthday that month?
Sure.
Yeah.
And they would just bring those to the room or the gymnasium or something, then birthday
The
kids.
cafeteria would
Cafeteria,
be,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah,
What about the kids that have birthdays in the summertime?
Well, that's why we're doing August and September, or July,
July,
and
August.
August now.
Yeah, and then May and June.
Okay.
yeah. So 27 kids for July and August. Okay, now we're down to public input.
Nobody's here, they've all
I feel
left.
like we've been chatting all night.
It's dark.
Are we good on public input?
I have one.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this for several days.
Okay.
What year was the city founded? Was it 1901?
Well, it's, from what I've read, it was founded in 1901, but not chartered until 1921.
Here's my idea.
Okay.
Add 125 to that, and what do you get? 2026. perhaps the park and recreation need to plan something for 2026 to celebrate the city's 125th birthday.
Wow, okay.
Oh, my.
And you got enough time to plan.
You aren't gonna be here, too bad.
Come back for
You can
it.
come back, we'll give you a job.
It just seems like something we could do.
Yes, no, good idea, that's a good thought, yeah. 2026, celebration.
If it was 1901.
Let's find out the exact date. Yeah, I like
Well,
that
that's
idea.
what's listed on the sign when you come into town.
That's what I didn't think about. We're driving back from Pigeon Forge the other day.
That'd be a great use.
Yeah.
That would be
Day party,
perfect.
Way long party.
Just think how fun that could be, especially if the barn's
I will
done.
not have moved by then. That's all I can say. I will still be living here.
I love that.
I was happy with it too.
Dell, are you still with us, buddy? Very true.
I'm running out of batteries.
How much time do we have?
Talk fast.
Okay,
All right, good job. Thanks, Pat.
thank you so much. Public input plus. Community plan update. Next week at 5 o'clock, please be here if you can. They've already started the survey, online survey stuff. I don't know if you all already took it or not, but I think that the survey for the community survey is supposed to close the middle of this month. So make sure you get on the City of Townsend. We shared it on the Parks and Rec website, but make sure that you're taking that survey and having your people take that survey, okay? Okay, next item, T-Mobile grant.
That's gonna be for the barn,
Yeah.
Marna Park.
We're still working on that because we're gonna get the site plans done
Yeah.
and the structural engineer proposal, so we can continue with that.
I'm just gonna put in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, we'll meet Thursday at 5 to work on the proposal to ask for funding from the Board of Commissioners for that, architect, structural engineer.
Could those be, Jacqueline, be interested in doing the barn too?
Well,
I think though, with the gentleman that you went up there and did with, if he's willing to gift that,
Oh, true. Yeah.
that would be, I mean, the site plan.
He was gonna do the extent though, was he?
But he was gonna do the site plan for the whole park.
He was going
and
to
then-
gift us the scope document for the phases of the
Right.
park that we want to go. Now, as far as him doing like any design work,
Right.
then, yeah, we
We
would
would have
talk
to-
cross on that stuff, but,
They would be interested, you know what I mean? Jacqueline, the people that are doing the special ed part,
mhm,
he's an architect.
yeah. Well, if Chris doesn't have time to do it, then,
That's true. Okay. Just a thought.
Yeah.
okay, now we're back to public input.
Anything else?
There's a
Okay,
chance we could do a fundraiser for Parks and Rec, citywide, zip code wide,
Nope.
we can't do fundraisers?
We
You
can.
can do the fundraising and donate it to us.
we cannot host a fundraiser for us, but
Citizens could.
Yes.
organizations
They're gonna
could.
be a GoFundMe page.
A business could. If they wanted to do that,
We just can't. do
have
that.
at it. We can accept donations and cash gifts and contributions because we put out a donation jar at bingo. We got $49, by the way. And that went back into our Parks and Rec account. But, as far as us doing our own fundraiser, no.
I had a lady mention it on one of the Facebook pages about doing a fundraiser. And it's like,
Has to be in
To donate something, because at some point you will have to charge. Versus just a completely free,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you everything, charge you
Yeah.
nothing.
Sure.
Just to kind of put out that, we would love donations if you can do that. Because I know right now it's just beginning and there's a lot that can be done for free, but that won't last.
Right, there's only so much we can do without it
Yeah.
eating our budget up.
Yeah, so that would be my only suggestion as far as the yoga goes, just to encourage people to donate if we can.
Okay, thank you, Jama.
You know how the,
Oh,
you know how the National Park has donation boxes?
Mhm.
Yes.
Maybe we should have a couple of donation boxes in town
At the park.
for Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
At the parks board.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh,
But they had to empty them every night.
Yeah.
Theft. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, basically you put.
They had to put cameras up in the park.
Yeah, you could
because
put one
people
in front
were-
of my house.
We could just put a QR code in and,
Fine by me, I'll make it. I'll put that QR code up. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Jama,
This is my
we
last hour.
Thank you, Jana.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you
miss
so
you.
much for being here. You're so loud. It's gonna be so much quieter.
I know, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.